Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Okay, I think the mic's working. Anyway, this is an update to GotoMath12. At least that's the website address anyway, directed towards it. So there's been a few changes. Well, I guess there hadn't been any really changes, but there's been some additions added to this. Where do I start? Let's see, this stuff up here is all self-explanatory. A link to whiteboards you can write on. Contact me. You can send me a message. All right, if you want to. This little message right here, well, disappeared. Anyway, is anything going to come up? Um, okay, we're still working on programming the checkbox. And if you're wondering what the checkbox is, that's actually something I've added, I think, since the update, which is this is the old video here, 12/14/2014. Okay. Um, all right, let's just quickly go through this real fast here on how to use this. These two subjects here are, we're working on it. I think algebra, I do have something on sets, and hopefully soon in the next couple weeks we're going to be adding to algebra. I'm just slightly behind actually schedule. Calculus is mainly what we've got going on here. We've got limits, differentiation, applications of differentiation, integration, and I think at this point I think we're here, and this stuff here needs to be finished. Quickly on how do we use this? Well, just click on the topic, and then here's the problem set. Scroll down. This is, you can write me a note there if you want, if you find something wrong or whatever. Anyway, so this is the problem set here. You can click on one of these problems, or you could actually click on this button, which will select a random problem from that set. Just click on it there. Okay, let's actually click on this one. All right, here, let's do that. Okay, so you can click on the answer. All right, if you want to get the answer. Some of these, the help button is programmed, but I think past differentiation or something, I need to work on that. The video, there should be videos to all of the problems that are on here, except of course in algebra and trigonometry, which we're working on. Okay, but in the calculus, and this is just Cal 1 right now, is there should be a video except up to that volume of the shell method, which we've got to work on. Okay, quickly here, let's see, let's talk about what's going on here in this box, i.e. this is an example, 13. So this is like how you should type the answer in this particular form. Let's answer this question here real quick. Taking the limit as x approaches 9 of x squared minus 1 over x minus 1, right? So when you figure out what that is, and you've come to the conclusion that that might be your answer, you come over here and click on this checkbox, okay? So this is associated with this, whatever the question is here, and then click on the checkbox to check, and it says it is correct, okay? Now if you're wondering what this is, this guy, if you click on that, this is actually, look, a 10 appeared. This is actually a built-in, I guess you could say, calculator in this box. So for example, let's say we wanted to do 2 times 9 plus 9. Who knows why we'd need to do that, but let's just do that. Right, there it is. Or you could actually do the sine of, let's say, 45 degrees. We'll need to do a comma 1. That tells us that we're using, comma 1 tells us that we're using degrees. Okay, it's programmed for radians actually. Let's see, pi force, right, is 45 degrees, so we should get 0.7. Is that right? Yeah, we get the same thing, because pi force and the sine of 45 degrees, you're going to get the same number out. Anyway, it's programmed really for radians, but you can do a comma 1 if you want to use it for degrees. Okay, or let's say we want to know what 9 factorial is. We could just click on that and get that. All right. Or let's say that we wanted to know if you had 10 objects and you want to choose 5 at a time, right? 10 choose 5. There you go. Okay, well, anyway, there's a help button up here for that. Let's click on that up here real quick. Okay, quick, maybe I should say something here quick, real. Recommended browsers Chrome. I do try this in Internet Explorer, and it works, but there's some slow, for some reason. Internet Explorer, I don't know, man. There's some crazy stuff going on, likes to block things. But it's really safe in a browser. Somebody had told me that Firefox wasn't working properly in Firefox, but I don't have Firefox, and you know, anyway. But Chrome, it works in Chrome. Calculator, and it works on Android. I've got an Android device and Apple, an iPad, and I've tried it out on it. There was no problem, so I don't know. Go figure. Anyway, stuff in red really is what you can type in, and it pretty much covers all mathematical functions, basic ones on a basic calculator. Okay, for right now, this is something I just built in the last few days. All right, I'll leave in graph, do a graph, type in graph. Make sure you put this is string right here, put it in quotation marks, okay? And the only thing about this is you can't leave out the multiplication. I hadn't gotten fancy enough in my programming skills to do that, I'm sure, at some point in time. But when you type in an expression, right, you'd put a multiplication, so that star right there is multiplication. You just can't go to, right, like this right here. That'd be nice, but I hadn't gotten there yet, so there you go. All right, most trig functions, it does some of the basic stuff, right? It'll even do sums. You can sum up from 1 to 5. Type in the expression here, like I was showing you up here. Okay, that right there. Actually, in powers, okay, powers, put a p, right? It's really a power function, I guess you could say. Put a p, exponential function. Put a p. This is your variable raised to the second power. All right, second power. I think you could actually put a 2 here and an x there if I remember right. What else? I don't know. That's all I've got. I'm sure I'll be adding a ton of stuff to this thing. Like it'll be able to integrate, take derivatives, and because I've already got all those functions already built, it's just a matter of messing around with that. What else I need to talk about here, real quick? Okay, problem sets. You want to see the problems again? Oh, this thing here, my stats. Probably wondering what the heck that is. Okay, so we did that problem. We got it right. Attempts 1, got it correct once, and this is the average time, which actually you can see up here it's 112. So we only did the problem one time. Now the target time is 6 minutes. Now you're like, 6 minutes? Oh my God. Well, that particular problem you're really supposed to kind of work it out, okay? And it takes about 6 minutes, believe it or not. But once you get out of that section, there's an actually fast way of doing all that stuff. Now, this really is kind of an experimentation. Now, this data, you're probably wondering, where's this data stored? This data is actually stored in your web storage, okay? Totally safe. It's just a string. It's called a string. It's just a string of stuff, right? Well, it's a string of numbers, basically, is what it is. And now this has already been preset, Mike 1 2 3 4. So this is kind of like your let's say really your password because it's visible. But this is kind of your keyword. So if you had a number of people that was using your computer, and let's say they were all on GotoMath12, and they were wanted to keep up with their progress, they would actually type in their name or something, right? Type in Joe Blow. Anyway, and they would type that in. They'd come up here, type that in, then start working. I think you can type that in at any time you want, really. Okay, let's say that you wanted to clear your data out, right? You would come in here to this box at any given time and just type in the word clear and then hit boom, and it's probably going to say not correct there, but that's okay. And what's going to happen is it'll clear it completely out. Okay, and so actually let's do this. Mike 1 2 3 4. Let's hit on my stats here. Um, let's actually pick a topic. I think it automatically, I don't know what it picks, but whatever. Click on that. Actually, let's go to here. All right. 12 problems. I thought there was more than that. Oh, I'm thinking this section here maybe. 12 problems. There are more than 12 problems in that set. No, there's only 12 problems. Okay. I'm thinking of something else. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Anyway, you just type in clear whatever. It should clear your data completely out, wipe it out. Now, when you leave the website, turn the computer off, come back. You can come back to this website, okay? And your progress is still going to be saved because that data is saved in your web storage. Now, if you clear out your web storage, it's you're going to clear out your data. And all right, so just to let you know on that. We are working on being able to save that onto a thumb drive, but what we're not going to do up to this point is save that on a server somewhere else. Okay, we're not going to go that route. You're going to be responsible for your own cloud storage. How's that? You're going to be responsible for your own data. Okay, this way the hackers, they can go hack somebody else. They're not going to hack me. Anyway, I think we're all going to have to just become more responsible for our own data, right? I don't know. Here's something else I added, marker. Now, I added this because it's so much easier for me to just go straight to the problem when I'm doing a video on this thing. A tutorial is to go straight to the problem and be able to see the problem, okay, see this box, and write right here. You know, it's just a whole lot easier for me. Plus, I wanted to learn how to do that, and so I did it. There it is. It's a nice little thing. Now, here's the story with it. Okay, I know that there's a lot of touch screens out there and tablets and so forth. You can't go get your stylus and just write on the screen. This particular event I'm using is what's called a mouse over event, mouse down, mouse up, whatever. And and so it detects a mouse. Now, if you have a tablet, an external tablet that you plug into the USB on your laptop or desktop or whatever, then you can use it. Okay. So until I actually figure out how to use a stylus or a touch event, it's called a touch event, and work that into this, which actually would be nice, I'll get that worked out. But anyway, so there you go with that. Okay. It just makes it really nice. I think I added some other feature to this today. I was bored, and I think it actually measures the distance of the path or something. I can't remember. Anyway, lots of expansion on that. Lots of expansion on the text box here for a calculator, even though a lot of, it's probably more than most people will need. We talked about storing data. Okay, we did that. What else? I think that's about it. So we're working on calculus. We may add a few things here and there to algebra in the next couple of days. Who knows? But that's pretty much it. And this really works. I should add one more time. And works best in Chrome because that's what I write this stuff and test it in. Even though I do use Internet Explorer. And let's just do this real quick, because I know that the world is still using Internet Explorer, at least a lot of people are. Even though Spartan's coming out, so we'll see how that works out. That's going to replace Internet Explorer. The thing about, let's just do this here real quick. This is the only issue I'm having in Internet Explorer, and that is, you click on this problem. Okay, see, it worked great, but I don't know what the story is, but for some reason when you click on that, it may take a second or two to longer to come up. So I don't know what the story is with that. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough said about all this stuff. We're over here at GotoMath12. Want to check that out. I'm sure I'll probably be updating this hopefully in the next couple weeks as I add more stuff and try to get this calculus thing finished. You know, I think there was actually something. Did I talk? Yeah, I talked about that. Okay, never mind. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got to say about all this. Come on by, check it out. Talk to you later. See you later. Have a good one. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and Happy Halloween.